Hello, this is Miss Carol, and we are BOA 140. This is week 1. I'm going to go through chapter 1 from your marketing textbook, Marketing 14th edition. Okay, so here we go. Chapter 1, Customer Relations Through Marketing. So what are we going to talk about today? Well, first thing we're going to do is we're going to define the term marketing. What does marketing mean? We're going to talk about the 4 marketing management philosophies. We're going to discuss the differences between sales and market orientations. And then we're going to describe several reasons for studying marketing. Okay, so as I mentioned before, if it's highlighted in red, you want to make sure that you highlight it on your page as well. So the American Marketing Association's definition of marketing is the activity, set of instructions, and processes for creating, communicating, delivering, and exchanging offerings that have value for customers, clients, partners, and society at large. This entails processes that focuses on delivering value and benefits to customers, not just selling goods and services. Okay. Marketing has 2 facets. Number 1, it's a philosophy. That's an attitude or perspective or a management orientation that stresses customer satisfaction. The second facet is that it's an organizational activity, a set of institutions and processes. So in other words, a philosophy, a way of thinking. 2, organizational activity is a way of doing things. All right. Exchange. Conditions for exchange. In other words, these are the conditions for, technically, for an exchange to happen. There has to be at least 2 parties, a customer and a store, or a customer and a company or organization. There has to be something of value, a product and exchange for money, or one type of money exchanged for another, or some type of product exchanged for another type of product. Communication and delivery, the freedom to accept or reject. So in other words, when you walk into the store, you have the freedom to choose to buy this product or to walk away and not buy it. And then the desire to deal with the other party. You know, you have a desire to walk into Walmart. When you do, you don't just go there because you have to. You go there because you choose to. All right, exchange. It may not take place even if conditions are met. An agreement must be reached. Marketing occurs even if exchange does not take place. So in other words, the marketing activities could take place even if the customer chooses not to buy the product. Okay. The 4 marketing management philosophies. We include production, which is the internal capabilities of the firm. Sales, which is the aggressive sales techniques and beliefs that have high sales value and high profits. Market, which is satisfying the customer's needs and wants while meeting objectives. And then societal, which means satisfying customers' needs and wants while enhancing individual and societal well-being. All right, production orientation. In other words, a way of thinking. The Field of Dreams orientation. If you build it, they will come. It doesn't consider if what is produced meets market's needs. So here's an example. In the early or mid-90s, when the internet first became available, it was pretty much, if you build a website, you will get customers. But now, the market is flooded. So if you build a website, unless you bring people to that website, it's pretty much a little tiny ship in the middle of a big ocean. So again, earlier there were very few websites, so if you build it, people will pretty much come to it. But now, again, you're in a boat in the middle of an ocean, so you need to be able to direct people to your website. Sales orientation. This is based on the belief that people will buy more goods and services if aggressive sales techniques are used. Marketing equals selling things and collecting money. You'll see this in certain stores, used car salesmen. If you want to think of that, an example, think of a used car salesman. When you walk into the car lot, right, there's some high pressure techniques that they use. To me, personally, I don't like this technique. It pushes me away, makes me not want to buy the product. So the problems with this orientation, it disregards the market's needs and the consumer demand. Despite the quality of sales force, often cannot convince people to buy, whether it is neither wanted nor needed. All right, market orientation. This is a philosophy that assumes that a sale does not depend on aggressive sales force, but rather on a customer's decision to purchase a product. So in other words, the marketing orientation has this philosophy that we need to convince the consumer that they really want this purchase. A marketing concept. This is the idea that social and economic justifications for an organization's existence is the satisfaction of the customer's wants and needs while meeting organizational objectives. All right, achieving a marketing orientation. You want to obtain information about the customers, about your competitors, and about the market. Examine the information from a total business perspective. Determine how to deliver superior customer value and implement actions to provide value to customers. A societal marketing orientation. An organization exists not only to satisfy customers' wants, but also to preserve and enhance individuals' and society's long-term best interests. For an example, less toxic products, more durable products, and products that are reusable, recyclable, and better for the environment. And you see a lot of this most recently in the last 10 to 20 years. You see a lot of products becoming more environmentally friendly, less toxic products that have that are not animal tested, more to benefit the society's needs. All right, so who's in charge? The internet and the widespread use of social media has accelerated the shift of power from manufacturers and retailers to the customer and business users. Customers use their widespread knowledge to shop smarter. So in other words, before the internet, it used to be the manufacturer retailers market. In other words, they dictated the market. But now customers have much more knowledge at their fingertips. And they're able to research products before they buy them. Retailers and manufacturers have to be more honest in dealing with their customers, because customers are able to look up and research these products and information about these products more. So it's a good thing. All right, questions that help determine market philosophy. If it's the orientation is production, what can we make or do best? If it's sales, how can we sell more aggressively? If it's marketing, what do customers want and need? And if it's societal, what do customers want, need, and how can we benefit society? A difference between sales and marketing orientation. The two orientations can be compared in 5 characteristics: the organization's focus, the firm's business, those to whom the product is directed, the firm's primary goal, and tools the organization uses to achieve its goals. So, an organizational focus, personnel in a sales-oriented firm tend to be inward-looking, focused on selling what the organization makes, rather than making what the market wants. So again, it's more about what the manufacturer and organization wants to do, and not necessarily what the customer wants and needs. A market orientation puts customers at the center of their business in a way that most companies do not, or do very poorly. A sales orientation looks inward and what the firm makes, whereas a market orientation looks outward, what the market wants. Customers value requirements. Often products that they want companies to offer products that perform. They want to earn trust. They want to avoid unrealistic pricing. They want to give the buyer, they want them to give the buyer facts, and they want them to offer organizational-wide commitment in service and after-sales support. And they want co-creation with the customers. In other words, customers want to have a partnership with these companies in creating products and the things that they want. A customer satisfaction. The customer's evaluation of goods and services in terms of whether that good or services has met their needs and expectations. Our customers have a lot more access to ratings and reviews. So companies and organizations are a lot more aware of this and try to please the customer more than what they used to. All right, a firm's business. A sales-oriented defines its business in terms of goods and services. A market-oriented firm defines its business in terms of benefits its customers seek. Again, sales orientation is more about goods and services, where a market orientation benefits that customers seek. To those to whom the product is directed, a sales organization targets its products at everybody or the average customer. So in other words, it's just a widespread, like, come and get it. Whereas a market-oriented organization aims at specific groups of people. A firm's primary goal, a sales-oriented organization seeks to achieve profitability through sales volume, and it tries to convince potential customers to buy, even if the seller knows the customer and the product are mismatched. A market-oriented organization's goals are to make a profit by creating customer value, providing customer satisfaction, and building long-term relationships with the customer. Tools the organization uses to achieve its goals. A sales-oriented organization seeks to generate sales volume through intensive promotional activities, mainly personal selling and advertising, whereas a market-oriented organization recognizes that marketing is the responsibility of not just the marketing department, but also it's an interdepartmental responsibility, such as communications department, the management department, etc., in order to deliver superior customer service and value. Okay. Why study marketing? Well, because it's important to society. It's important to business, and it's a good career opportunity. The marketing affects you in every day. We are surrounded by marketing in every way. And when you turn on your TV, when you go to YouTube, when you go to the internet, when you go to your mailbox, when you just drive down the street, you are affected by marketing in every way, aspect of life. So a sales versus marketing orientation, so this slide kind of sums it up. A sales-oriented looks inward, and it's really kind of the old way of thinking, whereas market orientation is the new way of thinking. Its organizational focus is inward, whereas marketing is outward. Sales orientation is selling goods and services for everybody, maximize sales volume, in other words, just sell a lot of the stuff. Whereas marketing orientation, you want to sell to specific goods to specific people, and you want customer satisfaction, and you want to coordinate the use of marketing activities to offer that. Okay, so that is it for this lecture. Go ahead and make sure you highlight the areas that are highlighted on this lecture, and we will talk more next time. So I'll see you in the class next time. Bye-bye.